Hey guys, so today I want to talk about a video that I posted in the past, specifically my Usopp is Uranus video. Now I'm very grateful for all the support I got in that video. It's my biggest video to date, but I wanted to make an updated version of that theory. So get some popcorn and relax while I explain why Usopp is the ancient weapon Uranus. So let's start with the number one thing that Usopp is known for, his lying. Usopp lies in every situation, especially in Priest time skip. But what's interesting is a lot of Usopp's lies come true. Like in chapter 24 of One Piece, where Usopp says that he fought a giant goldfish with poop as large as an island, which was proven in chapter 128. Another one in chapter 24 is where Usopp says he went to an island with little people, which was proven in chapter 711. Another example is when Usopp was viewing Luffy's 30 million berry bounty. He initially thought this bounty was his, but it actually turned out to be Luffy's. But Usopp would go on to get the same exact amount in his upcoming bounty. Now, this last example is a little bit of a stretch, but Usopp always claims to have 8,000 followers with him. And in chapter 744, we see him start to build his followers up. So we can see a theme of premonitions with Usopp, which is interesting because Uranus in Greek mythology also had premonitions. Now you may be saying, why does this matter? But if you think about it, all the ancient weapons has ties to its original name. Poseidon has the power to control sea creatures and gets its name from Poseidon in Greek mythology, who was the ruler of the seas. Pluton gets its name from Hades and is a ship of mass destruction. So it only makes sense that Uranus in some way ties into the Greek mythology. But Usopp's similarities with Uranus doesn't just end there. Uranus has powers of controlling the skies and any weather phenomenon. It also has powers of controlling the air and wind. So how does Usopp remotely even relate to that? If anything, the person who shares the most with Uranus is Nami. But this is where you forget something. The person who made Nami's climber tempo was Usopp, not Nami. And they never explain how this thing was made. They basically chalk it up as Usopp made it as a gag and didn't realize that it could do the things that it does. And when searching through Reddit, most just say, well, it's a fictional world and it's gonna have fictional science. Others say it's just because Nami's smart and knows how to use it. But I don't think it's either of these things. The fact is that Usopp made a staff that can control the weather. In other words, Usopp can control the weather, just like Uranus. So before you say Uranus is Nami, I just want to remind you that all Nami's weapons are made by Usopp, not Nami. So Usopp shares the most similarities with the Greek god Uranus. But so what? I'm sure there's a number of other characters that share the same similarities as Usopp. But the thing that makes Usopp different is Oda's foreshadowing. In chapter 744, Usopp is held up to the crowd cheering for him. One character even says he is sent to us from above, and Oda made sure to bold the sent to us from above part, meaning this is something you should take note of. It would make sense to say Usopp is sent to us from above because Uranus isn't in this earthly realm. He is in the Greek's version of heaven. Actually, Uranus is actually the Greek personification of heaven. And you know another interesting thing they said on that page? They said that the light of heaven shines down on us. So Usopp is placed in a position to make him viewed as someone who is above being mortal. He has been linked to Uranus, and now people are saying that the light of heaven is shining down on us when they see him, or that he is sent to us from above. These are all things Oda is doing to foreshadow Usopp being Uranus. But if that's not enough for you, I have a couple more things I'd like to point out. When you look in the Greek mythology and ask, does Uranus have a father? You come up with three different answers. The traditional story was that Uranus was fatherless, just like how Usopp grew up without a father. Another version of this story says that Uranus' father was Aether, who was also called the Light of Heaven. And what did that one panel say again? But the last answer to this question is my favorite answer by far. This answer is that Uranus had a father named Akmon. And the reason I love this answer so much is because Akmon is said to be a monkey-shaped man who liked to play practical jokes and even finessed his way out of dying by making Hercules laugh. And I don't even need to say who that reminds me of because it's obvious that it's Luffy. Usopp's story is always surrounded by Greek mythology. He trained with Hercules. His arc is going to be the Elbaf arc. He admires the giants, and he wants to be a brave warrior like them one day. And you may be asking how giants are Greek mythology. Well, in Greek mythology, giants are said to be created by Uranus by him getting stabbed and his blood touching the earth, and that created giants. But the last and biggest thing I wanted to discuss was Usopp's name change. He is now no longer Soge King. He is now God Usopp. Now, most One Piece fans took this as a joke, but I believe this to be legitimate foreshadowing from Oda to point out that Usopp is Uranus. Usopp is literally the only logical contender to be Uranus. In order for it to be someone else, it would have to be someone that we haven't met yet. Because Usopp shares way too many similarities with Uranus, and Oda is foreshadowing it majorly. So tell me your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'd love to know. And make sure you drop a like and a sub. And that's been Anything TV, and I'm out. Deuces.